The RSPB Burton Mere Reserve is situated on the north side of the estuary for the River Dee and a long way from our home in Sussex. A couple of years ago, my wife and I met up with an ex-work colleague of mine, friend and fellow Nikon user, when he introduced us to this reserve, which is very close to his home near Chester. It was a pleasant visit, offering a number of excellent photo opportunities, so when we revisited the area in mid-February this year, I had no hesitation in arranging to meet up with Tim for another visit to this excellent location. Well, today we've come to Burton Mere, up on the Wirral, a long way from home, and we came 2 years ago, and I've driven all the way up from Sussex to be here this morning, and it's about midday and a bit of a grey day, but nevertheless it's a lovely place to come to. It's an RSPB Burton Mere, and I'm going to see what we can see today. Here we are walking up to the visitor centre. As we walked along the boardwalk, we came to a spot where somebody had spotted a kingfisher and was trying to take photographs. So Geraldine and Tim also tried to spot it, which was right down the end of this channel. I also tried, but I must be honest, I couldn't really get a decent shot of it, so I didn't take anything there. So, having failed to photograph the kingfisher, we moved on to the reed bed screen. There wasn't a great deal here, to be honest, which is a shame because in our previous visit we photographed a little egret. A promising morning, despite the fact that it's unfortunately 100% 10/10 cloud today, but at least it's not raining and it's not windy, so it's not cold, it's just very pleasant. I have to say, I really like the pathways and the boardwalks they have here at Burton Mere. It makes it very easy to get around and no need to Wellington boots. Long-tailed tits up in the trees here. There's a number of them. Yeah. Oh. During our previous visit to this hide, it had rewarded us with many great photo opportunities, particularly of avocet. Now, at the time I was there, I was using my Z800 800mm lens with my Nikon Z8 or Z9, and really it was ideal in bringing these birds reasonably close to us. This year, because of the nature of our trip to the Wirral, I wasn't able to take the 800, so the lens I was using was a 180 to 600. Well, in the first instance, I'm sad to say there were no birds in this particular scrape, and the ones that I did photograph were in another scrape, which I'll show in just a second, and they were a considerable distance further off, so I really wish I'd had my 800 with me, but I made the best of what I could with the 180 to 600. At this point we decided it was time to head back, so we started down the walkway and very soon met up with a very friendly little robin. Unfortunately we had nothing to feed him, although he was clearly waiting for people to hand him something. I think for us the highlight of this trip came when we, on our way back to the visitor centre, we came across this little egret that was clearly enjoying itself, hunting and rooting around and picking out things to eat. The first shot here I took at, or showed at standard speed, and then I progressively slowed this down using the slow motion facility, so you can see how it's moving its legs and when it comes to actually pick up some prey. For some time while we were watching this little egret, we were aware of a kingfisher that was flitting around, and then finally it settled into a position where I could actually lock onto it and take a little footage. It was very small in the frame, so I haven't bothered with any still pictures. One final treat when we spotted a goosander. I've only seen one of these once before, and that was up in Scotland, so I was glad of this opportunity. Finally, back in the visitor centre, we saw a number of the Canada geese departing. I assume they've got somewhere else to roost for the night. It was a very pleasant trip that we really enjoyed. Wasn't perhaps as productive as the trip back in 2023, at least from a photographic perspective, but still extremely enjoyable, and look forward to visiting again.